This is the ultimate guide to help you relocate your on-premise server. There are many different ways that you can migrate a server, whether it's on-premise, whether it's a cloud migration, but this video is about how you literally move your on-premise server from one building to another. For instance, you might be relocating your business. The first step is to assess exactly everything that's on the server and where it's connected to. There's so many different setups that you can have with servers, but it will definitely be integrated with the broadband or the connectivity that you currently have. And then you need to understand that so that then when we go to moving it to the new location, it will be much easier to configure. The second element you need to make sure is that you're backing up everything. But when we say backup, this is doing a full scope of what you've currently got. So whether it's backing up the physical hardware, it's also then making sure that you've got what's called a full image backup, because it could get damaged in transit, for example. So you need to be able to rebuild from different hardware if that happens. The third element is test what you're going to do before you do it. So a pre-move test is absolutely fundamental to making sure that when you do then move to the new location, your downtime is minimized. Number 4, it's all about logistics. Make sure you coordinate everything. But this doesn't just mean when you physically pick the server up and move it to the new building. It means you need to coordinate the connectivity in the new premises. If you've got one connection, or maybe you've got multiple, which you should have for redundancy, you need to make sure that they're all pre-configured so that then when you put the network equipment into the new building, it should work straight away. Then the final elements is when you physically move it, it's then making sure that you test everything. So you should have a list of applications and a list of everything that the server does. An example could be that if the server is the one that's giving the internet access to all of the devices it's connected to, you need to make sure that you've got a full asset register and you can physically go through and make sure that they're all ticked off and everything's all working well. What you need to make sure is that as you're moving the server, that is the baseline for downtime. If you're not checking everything, then you could move the server, you'll fire it up, but then it won't work and you'll then waste people's time because they won't be able to connect to the server and continue working. So you need to make sure that the planning beforehand makes it super slick and easy that you can then test and get everything working afterwards. If you don't have this plan in place, then you'll fire up the server, there'll be issues, certain things won't work, and you'll then have to step backwards and try and untangle it. A really good plan to begin with means you won't need to do that. So if you're unsure whether you've got this, then Syn-Star can help. And we've even created a really easy server relocation checklist for you to use. So click the link now and download it for free.